I'm curious about everybody. Does everybody know where Bulgaria is in Europe? Because I can imagine that not everybody knows where Bulgaria is situated. And when you have Europe, you can see here, well, it's quite a large country. 700 years ago it was much bigger. And, but right now this is Bulgaria. We have the capital, Sofia. And Nele and we went to Sofia this year. Am I correct, Nele?
Yeah. No, it's actually last year. It was a year ago, September 13.
Yeah, I forgot already the time. It's a long time ago. Well, this is Sofia, the capital, and we have Bulgaria over here. Some nice Bulgaria facts. And as you know, they invented the Cyrillic alphabet. And well, this is a Cyrillic. Sorry?
The alphabet.
Yeah. It's difficult. So when we arrived in Sofia, it was quite difficult to read all the signs. But anyway, it worked. Now, there are a lot of facts to know, and I think it's interesting that we all know Mark Zuckerberg. His grandfather was a Bulgarian, Marko. Well, some interesting because of Facebook and because of Bulgaria, we have Facebook right now. So I think that's good news. And well, there's something more going on. You can all read. But I think it's interesting, it has almost 7 million citizens. Well, we all know the Bulgarian yogurt. So there's a lot of going on in Bulgaria, and it was a great pleasure to be there. And I think, well, it's also interesting to know something about the economic situation. When you see the progress over time and the performance, this is how do you call it? A matrix, and you see the matrix is related to other European countries. There is, well, a 1, and that means entrepreneurship. And I think the entrepreneurship in Bulgaria is quite high. The other points of, well, how do you call them? The points of interest are much lower, more on the left. So I think there's something going on in Bulgaria. They are enthusiastic about entrepreneurship, but well, things like internationalization, environment, skills and innovation, they are much lower. So I think it's good for them. They were participating in the project. And when we go on, I would like to tell you something about the Bulgarian educational system. I think it looks almost like any country. So we have the age over here and the grades start, So we have primary education, lower secondary education and the high schools. Well, what do we have more? We have vocational colleges. And well, I think for me it's just like any other country, the educational situation. When I go on, I go zoom in to Sofia, and when you visit Sofia, you will see a lot of historical buildings. Well, we all know the famous mosque in Sofia. There's also, well, the subway, very United States, the McDonald's, things like that. You can, well, eat and drink 24 hours a day in Sofia. And what's also interesting, this is the Dutch embassy, and we walked around and we saw a Dutch poem. Well, I come back to that, but it's an international environment, Sofia, and the train was in that capital. Well, here you can see the group, teachers from all of the educational system. There were teachers from primary education, but there were also teachers from high schools, teachers, how do you call it? Lerarenopleiding?
Teacher trainer centers.
Teachers trainer centers, sorry. Well, and maybe you know what's going on over here, Eunice?
Pick me up.
Pick me up. And this is a very special pick-me-up because 2 years ago there was a big bang in Providence, and we've seen on video this pick-me-up, so we used it again, a little bit different, but anyway, they loved it. And well, we started almost immediately with the good energy. I made a small video, 7 minutes, and in that video you could see almost everything we have done. So I can tell about it, but I think it's easier for me and for you to watch what we have done over there. Well, I would like to tell you some more about what happened. There were 2 students in the classroom because there were 2 teachers who had to travel a long time, and their daddies were not capable of helping them at home, so they brought their children with them. And she had to go to a hospital in Sofia, but well, that's not the essence of my story. Both of the students speak very well English, much better than the teachers, their parents. And we asked them, how can you speak so good English? And well, what do you think the answer they gave me?
Music.
Yeah, they're so interested in YouTube clips. They are really focused on what's going on the internet that they speak very well English. So they could help us translate it. And right now I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I see what she's traveling around Europe. She has been in Paris and Berlin. She has seen a lot of places in Europe right now, and it's great seeing those 2 kids growing in their own country, and their parents. For the parents, it's difficult to speak English, but for them, they are European citizens. They know it's important. I think that's well, very interesting of this project that we learned that the students are much better English speakers than their parents. So I think that's interesting. Another interesting point of the training was that the teachers who worked, well, you've seen the movie, you've seen the fun on their faces, you've seen the rigorous work they've done. But well, I think there's nothing going on in the country with the people. The teachers, they love to learn, they love the big picture learn, and they are really intended to go on. But there is something going on, and maybe not only in Bulgaria, but we have seen this picture also. And what's going on? What do you see in this picture? Bureaucracy, yes. Signatures. They get their money when they have the signature, and I think that's also the other part of the system. Because when they don't get their signature, they don't get their money, or they don't get something from their principal. So that's difficult, and I think that's the other side of the so in Romania there's the same situation, I know, but that's difficult. When we don't do something because you don't get a signature, it's difficult. So people want to do it and they are enthusiastic, but there's also the other part of Bulgaria, and we've seen it. So finally, I would like to finish on a positive way, and I hope you could read it. It's in Dutch, it's in Bulgarian, and it's in English. It's a poem made by a Dutch poet. Yeah. I hope you can read it, and I think the last 2 sentences are very interesting. Like the coolness of night upon lilies and roses, like white coral and pearls, deep in the sea, like something beautiful peacefully hides, yet is radiant when I wish to look. So I believe that also you are, like milk, like loam, and the pale red of faded stones or porcelain, like the way that what is far is close and is long forgotten before it's old, like a wax candle and a cuckoo and an old book and a smile, and what is unexpected and soft in the beginning, and what is shy and full of longing, and generously bestows, but is fragile, so I believe that also you are. Sorry for my bad English. I think it's
a beautiful part.
So that was our story in Sofia, and well, we hope that the people and the teachers and principals could use something of what they've learned. Thank you.
Okay.